Next year, we celebrate USA 250, right? 250 years as a nation. When's the last time you've seen a colonial American coin? 250 years old. So with that said, how much fun is it to go back 1,800 years to the Roman Empire and one of the more significant events during that 700-year reign? How many of you have heard the phrase Hadrian's Wall before? Well, we have the dude, we have the Caesar that actually built the wall on a silver piece tonight, and it's at a crazy price. So the Roman Empire, the world's longest, which is a little over 700-year run, right, had its moments, right? And we had its changes, which you would expect over 700 years. And one of the periods in the Roman, towards the end of it, was called the Age of Chaos. And the Age of Chaos was kind of when the leaders of the areas were rebelling against Rome proper, right? And you had the splitting of the empire between East and West, and kind of ruled together under the umbrella of we're the same, but we're really not. Okay? And then towards the end of it, you had Constantine the First, right? Constantine the Great, bring it back together. And basically bring the whole empire underneath one watch. Well, during the end of the Age of Chaos, one of the rulers that started the unification was this gentleman, Hadrian. All right? He was in power between 117 and 138. He was a diplomat. He was a unifier. He was a person that traveled the empire looking at what the empire had to offer and what it offered back to the empire, and made a lot of building projects and or improvements for the citizens of Rome. Now, this is from a gentleman that was in power, but he's a Spaniard. Right? So the influence was just who was the right person at the right time, and this gentleman happened to be it. But as history talks, and from all the great movies in the last 20 to 30 years, right, there's been a number of them specializing in England, which is the northernest part of the Roman Empire, and they never controlled the entire island, so to speak, Caledonia, as they called it, but they did control a good part of it. So what did they do? Well, they built a wall, a 73-mile wall from east to west, right across the northern boundary, just a little below Scotland, or what is now Scotland. Okay? They began construction in 112, and it was finished before he passed away in 138. He was known as being a benevolent, right? Which just means he was good to the people. But the movies, the Last Kingdoms, and all the fun history is tied to moments in history, right? Who was there? Our Revolutionary War period, who was there? And we remember the names of some of the people that were associated with the people that were there. And then the movies bring out and reinforce, the books come out and reinforce the history. And there's been sideways history and a lot of different things over the years as we gain more and more information. But the one part of the Roman Empire that was never a slide was who this gentleman was and what he did. So whenever we find coins like this, we jump on the opportunity. Because, I mean, look at the quality. This is a coin that's 1,885 years old. If it was made the last year he was in power. When have you seen a colonial American large cent that looks this nice and affordable? Now, on the silver side of the Roman denominations, there were two primary denominations. The primary was the silver denarius, which is what this is, right? A wee bit bigger than a dime. And then they had a silver ant, the abbreviation, and I butcher the name all the time. And no matter what I do, I just can't pronounce it. So they nickname it the silver ant. So I'm guessing other people have the issue. It's about double the size of this, but it's not as pure as this. So over time, by defacing the value of the ant, this became again the dominant coin. So tonight, an opportunity, right? For not only a Roman silver denarius. This one's certified by NGC. It's certified from who the ruler was, when he was in power. It is just an outright great way of just documenting some of this crazy history. Now, there's a story card that also comes with it, explaining the basic life of this ruler. And then we're on to the next chapter. It is just a very special piece. Guys, give me a 1 minute clock, please. We only had 18 of these available tonight, and we're down to less than 10 right now. So if you are visiting us via the web, avccoins.com, and it's in your shopping cart, you're going to hang around later. Thank you, but I recommend strongly. A silver denarius that is 1,800 years old and under 200 bucks, and you can tell what it is. That's special. This one, you can tell beyond what it is. Beautiful collector quality from 1,800 years ago. And tied to one of the more significant emperors of Rome. One of the more important, significant parts of the empire. The most northern part of it. Where Egypt was the first, was the southern, northern was England. And the wall built to maintain the non-Caledonia, as they called it, of the day. Love this history. I hope you do too. We just don't see enough of these, but again, 1,800 years old. I think we all understand why.